Perfect World Episode 77 preview has been updated. The enraged Shi Hao directly shatters the ancient spirit, firmly guards his own soul. Qin Wu's plan to steal the Kunpeng skill has been broken. Shi Hao, who was sent into the battlefield, when facing the nearly frenzied Shi Hao, he has no courage to fight either. Bulo Mountain's plan is completely crushed. With no choice, Qin Wu can only suppress Shi Hao himself. But could he really suppress Shi Hao, this huge dragon? Qin Wu has regarded himself as a god. He has had already transcended a mortal human. He could easily pulverize Shi Hao with the lift of his hand and foot. A drop of essence blood floats out from his fingertips. Then it turns into a huge wave, swallows Shi Hao and Qin Hao completely. The giant wave even evolves into an ancient evil snake. It opens its huge greedy mouth. It tears towards Shi Hao and his brother. Shi Hao is grim-faced. He keeps searching in his mind for a way to break the deadlock. The most crucial thing right now is to send Qin Hao out of the battlefield. Then he can really let go and fight. But when he thinks about it, Qin Hao is the heir of Bulo Mountain. Qin Wu wouldn't let him lose his life here, so Qin Hao could just leave on his own, and he would never be hindered. Shi Hao pushes Qin Hao away. He is facing the abyssal mouth of the ancient evil snake alone. This scene is caught by the Shi Xiling couple in full view. A crack is torn in the magic circle where they are trapped. Shi Xiling has mixed feelings of happiness and fury. He is happy that his eldest son has grown to such an extent. He is angry that the Bulan Mountain deceives him so much. Let alone the Bulo Mountain has imprisoned he and his wife. Now Bulo Mountain even wants to hit his two sons. Shi Xiling lifts the battle spear in his hand and throws it at the gap. The spear pierces through the boundary. It pierces directly through the mouth of the ancient evil snake, plunged backwards on the ground. Shi Hao looks at the sudden spear. He couldn't help but frown slightly. Who is helping me in secret? The flying red ribbon makes Shi Hao startled. He lifts his left hand. Looking at the twisted ribbon, he instantly understands what is going on. Father, mother, please wait for me. Shi Hao presses his right hand on his chest, slowly drags out the reborn supreme bone. 10 cave spins rapidly in his hand. The power of cave is the world. Under the combination with the power of the supreme power, the giant waves and fierce beasts that made of Qin Wu's blood are broken into a divine force. All of them are surging towards Shi Hao's chest. The reborn supreme bone becomes golden in color. A small golden man has evolved. Sitting in the void and chanting scriptures. Ancient scriptures keep emerging. The supreme divine power hidden in the supreme bone is about to be completely revealed. Shi Hao is greedily absorbing God's essence blood. However, Qin Wu's eyes are already red, although only one drop of essence blood has been absorbed. But this is a blasphemy to the gods. Qin Wu shots up to the sky. He enters the demon-evoking formation in person. Qin Wu's body is suspended in midair. His eyes stare at Shi Hao with disdain and anger. No matter how talented you are, you can't compete with the gods. Shi Hao looks up to the sky and laughs. Ridiculous. A mere false god dares to shout like that. In his eyes, a god is in existence like Willow God. A strong person who ignites the divine fire is not qualified to call himself a god. Qin Wu is provoked to the point that his white hair stands upside down. Endless divine power is emerging from his body. A finger to the sky. Countless thunderbolts falls in the air. The silver electric light instantly overwhelms Shi Hao. This thunder like heavenly punishment is thought that could severely damage Shi Hao. Not knowing that for Shi Hao, this is just daily exercise. Shi Hao often bathes in spring thunder, evolving the Swan Knee skill. The Thunder Road has already approached the peak. How could he care about the few thunderbolts that Qin Wu has summoned? Purple gold Swan Knee roars out of the cave sky. Swallow all the thunder in its mouth. Shi Hao looks at Qin Wu with a smile on his face. Is there anything else? Qin Wu's face turns the color of pig's liver. He has never been treated so provocative. And the other side person is only a junior of Array Realm. Qin Wu's body glows with golden light. Mighty divine power continues to emerge. When Shi Hao sees this, his face also shows a grave look. A serious pseudo-god is not that easy to deal with. Shi Hao sacrifices his broken sword. He quickly recites mantras in his mouth. The sage's sword will is wrapped around the sword body. The aura is completely comparable to that of a divine magic weapon. Shi Hao fiercely waves his sword and cut out. A half-moon golden sword aura shots up into the sky. The powerful aura makes Qin Wu's eyelids jump slightly. He has no dare to be careless. Directly puts out a round light shield to block his body. Even so, Qin Wu's body is also shaken back a few steps. Only then is he able to diffuse the sword light. Shi Hao's battle power, obviously far beyond what Qin Wu has expected. This is a duel of completely unequal strength. It is Qin Wu who is suppressed. Qin Hao, who is watching the battle, is so stunned that he is dumbfounded. He has no idea where the upper limit of Shi Hao's power is. No matter how strong the opponent is, he could always explode with unexpected energy. He couldn't help but doubt, could he really catch up with Shi Hao? The disdain on Qin Wu's face completely disappears. There is even a trace of scruple. If he can't completely suppress Shi Hao, Bulo Mountain might be overturned by this boy. Just when Qin Wu is about to explode, Shi Hao is already using his divine sense to communicate with the small tower. Nowadays, he can't really fight with a false god. The small tower on Shi Hao's hair suddenly flashes with golden light. The tower is expanding. It becomes visible in mid-air. Qin Wu looks at the small glittering white tower. His face suddenly changes dramatically. It's you?